Hi everyone, it's Rebecca here from Eat Happy. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about what is the Eat Happy method. This is what I teach in all my courses, my workshops, my classes, and this is what I'm going to teach you on this channel as well. The method is the steps that people take so that they do not need to diet anymore, and instead they feel good about themselves, they feel good about their eating, they feel more confident. So if that sounds good to you, do remember to subscribe so you don't miss out on any videos on how to eat happy, and you can join in on our Eat Happy tribe today. Okay, so the method is about learning three main things. Number one, it's about learning a set of skills. Number two, it's about learning some tools to keep those skills nice and sharp. And number three, the method is about changing our mind patterns, our thinking, and how we automatically think about some things. So the first skill is the skill of awareness. The second skill is learning about acceptance. And the third skill is learning how to practice choice. So awareness, acceptance, and choice. They are the three main Eat Happy skills. Now, to make sure you keep those skills really strong, keep them sharp and on point, you need to practice a set of tools. The more you practice the tools that I teach, and the tools are like daily sort of go-to hacks, tips, ways of being in certain situations that can keep those skills good and sharp. And the more you practice the tools, you will eventually change the patterns that you are thinking in. So there's an overall outcome. And what I call that outcome of learning those sets of things is that you learn the Eat Happy mindset. That's what it's all about. The whole point of learning the skills is so that you develop a mindset. Because the headspace that you may currently be in is a mindset that I call the dieting headspace. Now, the dieting headspace, it's not a fun place to be, but you have likely lived in that headspace for quite a while. It is full of shame, and it's full of like punishment and guilt over eating things. It's like keeping a running tally, like a column of good and bad foods, numbers on one side, outputs on the other side. It's a heavy feeling when you carry this headspace with you. Whereas the Eat Happy mindset is far more positive, and it's really practical. You can use it every day and it just feels good. It's far more joyful, so it's a positive mindset to have. So dieting is really grounded in rejection. It's about saying that you're not good enough. Whereas the Eat Happy mindset and the method is rooted in self-kindness. It's saying that yes, actually, you are good enough. And that's where we start off from. So let's see this in practice then. What does the mindset and the method actually look like in a day-to-day scenario? So let's pick trying on clothes as a situation, a scenario that we can look at through the eyes of somebody who's developed the Eat Happy mindset. So then the first skill this individual would use is the skill of awareness. They know that when they are trying on clothes, they know and they are aware ahead of time that this is a triggering thing for them, that they are likely to feel a lot of feels, basically, not good ones, likely feeling a bit too big for the clothes, feeling that they don't look good, and all the other thoughts that can bubble up just from trying on some clothes. So the awareness skill is straight on, it's in there, it's aware of what's going to happen. The second piece then is the acceptance piece. The acceptance part of this is that you don't push away those feelings that you know are going to come up. Instead, you hold them and you accept them for being there. You also then have this sense of acceptance for who you are. You accept your body as it is right now. That's a big thing, I understand. It takes some time. That's why this is a practice. But it's about not rejecting who you currently are, and you're holding and creating space for all the feelings that come up that when you see yourself in a mirror or trying on clothes, and it's about accepting the body that you're in right now. And the third thing, then the third skill that they're going to practice, this individual trying on clothes, is the skill of choice. So they've got a choice. Are they going to carry on with those slightly negative thoughts, which are likely going to spiral down into nowhere good, or are they going to choose to actively say some kind words to themselves, even though they know it doesn't feel comfortable to do that and it feels a bit different, but they're choosing to do that. And then this individual trying on clothes is now going to practice some tools. So one of the tools right away that they can use is some of the breathing techniques that I teach. So they can take some deep breaths. One of the ones I teach is called the bubble breath. It's really good for calming down any anxious feelings. Or they can go onto a tool that has a very catchy title. It's called Face Your Daily Pain. I know, it's a good title, but it basically means to turn towards those difficult feelings and not away from them. So it's turning towards them, again, is creating space to let them be there. Over time, what happens is that this individual is going to develop more kindness to themselves, and for themselves rather, so that when they have gone through trying on clothes and whatever experience that happens to be, what they didn't do was put on more shame, more guilt, more negativity onto what was already probably a bit of a difficult situation for them. That means that when it's time for them to go and eat something later on, they're not in a shame bubble anymore. They're not weighed down by negativity. They actually feel okay. They were kind to themselves. And you know what? That skill just develops, it gets bigger and it gets better. So when this individual now is going to eat something, they're not going to think, oh God, well, what's the point? I blew it. I already don't look good enough. I've already gained weight, so I might as well eat this stuff. Instead, they're actually kind of wanting to look after themselves. It's funny that, isn't it? When you're kind to yourself, you want to look after yourself. So they're going to choose foods that actually feel good, nourish them. Yeah, they might choose all sorts of food, but they're not willing to be mean to themselves. So instead of that negative spiral that I mentioned, they have a positive spiral instead. Okay, so I hope that cleared up a little bit more about the Eat Happy method, because I am going to talk about the method quite a lot here on this channel, so it's good to know the basics of it. Speaking of which, I've actually got an online course for you guys if you're intrigued by this. It's called the Eat Happy Basics, and it's about the basic structure, some of the foundational knowledge that you need to progress if you want to develop your own Eat Happy mindset. So be kind to yourself, look after yourself today. I know that you watching this right now, you are going to change your relationship with food for the better. And how do I know that? It's because you're here watching this video and you've made it to this point. So you've actually already got the first part of that skill set that I mentioned. You are developing your awareness right now. So be proud of yourself, be kind to yourself today, and I'll see you next time.